Good morning, race fans, and welcome to Today at the Races on this Astronic 5 Friday here at Laurel Park. Tim Tulloch joined by Keith Fustel. Keith, beautiful day out there, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Yesterday, interesting day. There was some value throughout the card. I think
Yeah.
only three favorites won on the whole day.
It was. It was a tricky card. I got knocked down pretty good. I mean, it was an awful day for my picks yesterday. My condolences to anybody who followed along. But, hey, we're going to have those days, man. In this game, it'll beat you up. You'll feel terrible. The next day, you're high as a kite. But, yeah, tricky card. Late pick 5 paid good, $3,500. And I called a buddy. I said, we had an exacta today. Jerry Robb won the race. Brittany Russell ran second. What do you think that paid? He said, well, about $18, $20. How about $250?
$250.
How about $250?
Exactly.
That you'll
So they-
you'll
in the
never
early pick
see
five-
that again. I can tell you that.
And the early pick 5 paid $3,500 also, I believe, but it was a
Okay.
very, very interesting day. Yesterday was for sure. And today, what do we got going on today? We've got a lot of things going
Yeah,
on
we
today.
do.
But next week, let's think about Sprint Fest. 6 stakes, 900,000, 2 grade 3s, Keith.
Yeah.
That's a week from Saturday.
It's a big, big day. Get tied on. I wish we could go into it more. We've got a big card ahead
Yeah,
of
we
us.
do.
But, yeah, make it out here if you can. There's going to be some other things going on. I think a buffet, maybe a little ice carving and stuff that they've had in the past. So, yeah, if you can get out here, please make it. If not, crank it up on the first bet and get your wagers ready. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And because it's Friday, it's Stronic 5 Friday, and we're going to take a quick look at the menu. Get started at Gulfstream Park. Their race A, Leg B, right here at the Maryland Jockey Club, Laurel Park, race 9. Out to the Great Race Place, race 3, Santa Anita, Leg C. Leg D, Golden Gate Fields, their race 3, then back here at Laurel Park for race number 10. That's Astronic 5 today. I'll have a ticket for you a little bit later on in the show. Well, the weather out there is not frightening. There's no doubt about that, Keith. Check this out.
I tell you, coming in here today, the sun was shining. I got a dark shirt on here. The sun was, it's like, man, it is toasty in here. 55 right now. I don't know if we're going to hedge up a little bit higher, but what a beautiful day at Laurel Park. Take advantage of it if you can. It's a Friday. Maybe stop over, grab a bucket of beer from Karen down there, the pizza lady, and enjoy your afternoon of live racing at Laurel Park.
The track's in fantastic shape. In fact, I was just out on that track probably 8 minutes ago before I came up here, and very, very good shape. As you see, they're starting to break it open right now with the Harrows. Let's get going, Keith.
Okay.
Race 1, maiden 4 and 5-year-olds, maiden claiming price $10,000, going 1 mile. We're going to start with our top picks. Also, this kicks off the early pick 5. As always, 50-cent minimum, 12%. Industry low takeout. Race 1, you have the 1 on top, looking for justice. I have the 2, transfer the funds on top. And let's take a look at their last race where they met up on January 23rd.
Yeah, and I thought this was a major improvement, obviously, for looking for justice for Annette Eubanks and Rising Sun Racing Stables. The blinkers went on, stretched out, 46-1, almost stole this thing at a big, big price. Had to move into the pace, got caught in a duel, but just couldn't quite keep going. Transfer the Funds had a perfect trip. Looked home in bed, goes clear here in mid-stretch. Just not quite good enough. We had a shipper run that one down. But I thought the effort, for the 4 this day, looking for justice, the 1 this afternoon, that was a big wake-up. Second route, I should say, for Annette Eubanks. Small sample, but she's hitting, at a very good percentage with a strong, strong ROI. I'll take a little shot. Again, when we talk about putting these picks out here, I'll let you know, kind of who I like to bet as the win bet. A lot of times my top selection is going to be more of a value, and a chance to win, solid chance to win. So the value lies here with the 1, I believe, second time going long for Annette Eubanks.
And I was thinking the value might lie with the 2 transfer the funds for an outfit that doesn't really take a whole lot of attention all the time, a lot like Annette does. And but the biggest attraction to me, and no knock on Mr. Batista, but Transfer the Funds gets Georgia Ruiz today. And Georgia Ruiz is just a really, really good rider. It can make things happen on horses like this. The 1 most wanted will probably take a lot of the money, so maybe we'll get a little bit of a price.
Yeah, a little hiccup last time out of the gate. You see that step slow, 4 and 3 wide every step of the way, just does not kick on from the far turn home. this was a tough little race to line. The way the 4 got bet last time, I think, but money might flow back again with that little bit of an excuse. So yeah, Albertano's interesting. Should be able to stretch out when you really look at it. Did have an excuse last time. I think we'll be up tracking. Will he bring enough finish? But he'll be a pace presence in here.
1-2 for Keith in the opener, 2-4 for myself as we move to race 2. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. Keith, you struggled with the early pick 4 yesterday. You singled on Little Bold Bandit. I was worried about that single.
Yeah.
How are we going today?
I thought he ran well.
He did.
All things considered. He took a lot of heat, and he was able to kind of shake clear. And yesterday, we'll talk about the track real quick. I thought it was still a bit of a speed edge to him all the way through. That race, they went hot and heavy early, and the Magano horse actually closed up pretty well against the grain of the racetrack. Maybe mark that one down for next time as well. But
he was my top pick.
When
I saw him coming, I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was a good pick. But here, let's go to the early pick 4, $15 ticket. Again, we're going to narrow it down in the last with a single because I've got to make it manageable. 3, 4, 5 to get you started. Unshakable You is probably going to be the favorite in there. We'll try to zip away from this field. She's quick. Can she take them coast to coast? Race 3, 2 deep with the 6 and the 7. Everybody's single is going to be the Rookie of the Year. Mercury 10, I'll come back one final chance with that one. I thought the track was just a little tricky that day. 44 variant, a heavier track, maybe a surface he just didn't care for in return. Race 4, here's your spread. Really, we've had some really good starter allowance races at Laurel. Great job by the racing office, and these fields usually come up strong. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. There's lots of ways to go in the 4th. Yeah, and we'll wrap it up. We're going to single on Dale. He's coming back to life. Now the barn, always a mainstay, been steady here year in and year out. Crying for More, I think, sits a good trip from this draw in mid-pack. There you go. Can stalk in pounds, $15. If you want to add to that in that 5th race, go ahead. I'd like to go 3 deep. I'd like to throw the Jean in there as the speed and Corrales as horse. If you do that, it takes you up to 45. But there's your start at $15.
There you go.
Yep.
And race 4, as you mentioned, that starter, what a nice race that is. Race 2 is a 3 lifetime claiming event for fillies and mares, claiming price $16,000, going a mile and a 16th. And we both end up on the 4, Unshakable You for Anthony Ferrier. Arnaldo Boca Chica takes the call this time around, has ridden this filly before, and she just missed at this level over the mud in her last.
Yeah, she did. She was able to kind of shake free of a couple of these other runners. Again, it's going to be another sprint into the first turn, and I think whoever shakes clear might be able to just go ahead and go coast to coast. Boca Chica looks like the fastest early. We'll see. #Lucky made a good run after breaking slowly last time. Gets a beneficial draw just outside. Might be able to stalk and make a move into it. But I think you've got to look for one closer at least, and I think it's going to be marketability out of that race on the 2nd of January. Was wide against the bias. Look for a little bit more of a stronger run into it. Might suck up for a piece.
Sure, and two starts ago, she only gets beat 5 lengths while running third. 5 lengths seems like a lot, but when you're running behind me, Cleopatra, and I, who's in very, very good form, it's a little bit better race than it may appear. 4-5 for myself, 4-3 for Keith in race 2. As we move to race 3, this is a maiden event. Maiden claiming $25,000, going a mile and a 16th for 3-year-olds. And we're going to take a look at your top pick. That's a 6 Mercury 10. Of course, I think I have the bottom of my picks here. Second off of a break, not very good in return, but he's got a race underneath him, and he's run well before that break.
Yeah, I just don't know what he was spinning his wheels around the turn, and I'm thinking he just didn't care for the surface that day, the way it was playing. Good effort behind Van Scholars. Made a good run, was patiently handled and willing to the wire. LASIK's back on, last time. I just don't know what happened. At $1.30 to 1, we're going to get a much better price today, because if you put a line through that one coming in against this race, it would have been much shorter odds. Rookie of the Year, going to be 3 to 5. Going to take a ton of play. LASIK goes on his run well against. Definitely better.
Sure, definitely better. We're going to take a look at his race from October 31st. This was right here at Laurel, Rookie of the Year for Grand Motion. Yeah,
tracking the pace, and moves up pretty comfortably there. Was 4 wide early, about up 3 deep here with the challenge around the turn. Conclusive, though, just a little better. Conclusive came back 2 starts later. I think to wire an allowance field with a buyer of a 74, but Rookie of the Year, you give him credit. I mean, he was up with him, dropped back a little bit, gave up a little bit of ground here coming to mid-stretch, then kind of came back again. Just kind of a grinding style. This field shouldn't get terribly far away from him. When you really break it down, it doesn't really look like a slow speed. I think the one is just going to go from the inside and try to take him as far as possible. Willing effort here and strikes with this drop to a 25 claimer. Protected, kind of like what Rodney did with, was it Treasure Tradition?
That's exactly
not too long ago.
That's exactly right. Really what Jerry Robb did with Mad Genius, but he ran him for the tag in that race, if you remember.
Okay.
But look, this is a big drop, and it's a protected drop. He looks very, very tough to me, but you're going to try to beat him, and why not? Because he's going to be a short price for sure in race 3. A race of 4 is for 4-year-olds and up, which have started for a claiming price of $12,500 or less in the last 3 starts, or claiming price $16,000 going 1 mile.
Okay.
And we're going to start with our top pick in here. That's a 2 Rough C, but you have a little stat here on a Rough C, and I believe Bruno Tessori. Can we take a look at that?
There you go. Last 3 years in dirt, 6 for 20, 21, 29%, 12 for 21 in the money. This is second off of this 40 type of layoff, 45 to 180 day layoff. I wish I could speak this morning. ROI of 408, pretty strong. Rough C moved. We've got video. We can go right to it if you want. It's the race involving Haylight. Rough C was in there as well. Silent Malice. We'll pick up Haylight, but Rough C made a move. Was down inside a little earlier into the quicker pace. Haylight, though, Kieran's horse. This was first time Kieran. I think this horse might have been bought at a sale over at Timonium, I think. Really a great ride by Cedeno. We caught this horse at 15-1. Look at it. Didn't decide to go out and around everybody, right? But goes wide enough, but works through that seam upper stretch.
Exactly.
And just keeps on coming to get the job done. Down to the rail. Hey, Silent Malice, great trip again. Under Toledo, was able to save ground every step of the way. Drives through the challenge, almost like it puts a little bit of a head, nose in front there, coming to mid-stretch. But Haylight's sustained. Good run. He's paired up numbers in the past. Just thought maybe Rough C a little closer to that flow, might have taken a little starch. And he's tending, if you look at the trend of this horse and his cycles, he looks like he's ready to make a move up off of that race. But very difficult to separate those horses. This field is kind of a maze all the way through. Rough C, I think will escape at an okay price.
And you're getting Bruno Tessori. This will be the 3rd time for Bruno. You're getting J.D. Acosta. We're going to talk about J.D. a little bit later on in the show. But you're right. Silent Malice is interesting to me. He finished in between Haylight and Rough C, as we just saw. But this is a horse, you look at his form, he's very good going this one-turn mile. His best 2 races of his career, an 80 and 81, within the last 6 months, both going the one-turn mile.
Look at the record at the distance. 11 starts, 4 wins, 5 seconds, 2/3. If I do the math right, it's 11 of 11 in the money.
Yep.
Whew. That's strong. For a barn, it's been going pretty good here of late. It's a really good race. I think the speed is going to be brought by visual artists.
Sure.
Definitely a move up. You know, the track kind of carried him that day. That was a day when speed was pretty good down towards the inside. This is a much tougher group. He might get a little challenge, though, from OK Game On, and even his stablemate. There are all other things equal. I'd like to see this horse maybe have another race under his belt because he's running against the right kind. So spread if he can in race 4.
He really did. I mean, he was a little challenged early, visual artist, but middle part of the race, he was just able to step off and win as he pleased. Race 5 kicks off the Rainbow Pick 6 today on our 10-race card. Callie Francois put together a ticket for us, and this is how she plays it. In race 5, she goes 3 deep here. She uses the 5, the 6, and the 9. She uses the same 3 numbers in race 6. Race 7 comes her single. She singles on the 2, Marvella Nasty. For Anthony Ferrier, Javion Toledo gets a call coming off a lifetime best race this afternoon. Race 8, 1, 2, and 4. In race 9, the maiden 40. She uses 3 there. The 2, the 4, and the 5. And race 10, 3 deep there, the 5, 6, and the 9. And Callie will be on later on this afternoon to talk more about her ticket, $48.60 play.
Callie might want to go down to the lottery terminal down there, box 569.
There you go. there you go.
There you
There's
go.
a lot of 5, 6, 9s today.
Any way you can get the money, get it.
I'm looking at one right now, and this
There you are.
lifetime and nickel race going 7/8 of a mile. We're going to start with our top pick. He is 6, Crying for More, not the real Crying for More. If you have a chance, go into Equibase and look up Crying for More, and you're going to find the real Crying for More, a horse who won 53 career starts. I think he's on the in the Hall of Fame, Charlestown Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
53 career. But this is the other one, Crying for More, or Dale Capuano. This one's dropping back to the 2 lifetime 5,000, and appears to me he's getting back to his favorite distance, 7/8 of a mile.
I think, when you really break down the field, just an alert break will put him into contention. Speed of the speed looks like Dejan from the inside. Maybe L Equalizer will go. A couple of these in the past have shown some lick. Baltimore Bud, King Sean, but I just don't think they're going to take much out of Crying for More's chance to get position to just relax maybe to the 3/8 pole and then just try to throw, as I like to say, that knockout punch and open up some daylight. He's going to have to make a move, I think, into the Dejan. This horse scares me. The way the track was playing, Butterfly's riding well. I think you'll see this horse aggressively handled from the inside. Lifespan, you got him in second. I'm just wondering, it's 7/8. Does that run is it not as effective?
Exactly.
It's 7/8.
Exactly. Well, it goes either way. He's either able to lay closer and can kind of grind, or he lays closer and doesn't have that punch.
Right.
And so it could go either way. Tradition on the outside, Rudy Sanchez Salomon again. This is a horse who's turning back to 7/8 of a mile, where he has run twice. He has just missed his top fig. It's on the way back. It's on the go back, not too far back. So I threw him in the mix. You have him in the mix also in race 5 to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. We need to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the second half of our card. It's not too far off. Keith Preakness is literally right around the corner. Preparations have really already started here in Maryland for this upcoming Preakness on the 3rd Saturday in May, the most important Saturday in May, I might add, the third one.
Absolutely.
Race 6.
We control a lot of destiny with that one, don't we?
We do. Maiden 16 going 1 mile kicks off the late pick 5. We're going to start with the 6 Pit Stop Man for Ned Allard. Forrest Boyce gets the call. We're going to look at his race from January 13th. That also includes my top pick, Money Code, who you'll see coming late. This race is from Aqueduct.
Yeah, this is from Aqueduct. What you didn't see early was this horse was battling to the inside. He was in a duel. He kind of eased back off of this 10 horse and kind of shifts out and makes another run. I thought this was really, really good, Tim. The only knock on this horse, maybe the way he was laying in on this left lead through the stretch most of the way, but he gives effort to the line. I just think, he ran almost too good to lose. He ran really hard early and catches the field today, devoid of any real quality speed. Things should be much more to his advantage, much more relaxed up front. He'll bring a finish at the mile distance. Allard's been steady coming in here. The jock trainer combination, very good. And that winner who benefited, who came rolling from the back of the pack, came back and ran a good second in a starter recently.
29%. Ned Allard is with his maiden claimers. Forrest Boyce gets the ride. You could see Money Ride closing to finish third in that race. This is the one I have on top. I just think he's going to benefit from, if someone puts a little pressure on Pit Stop Man again, this one's going to benefit from this long stretch here at Laurel. It's a 1-turn mile at Aqueduct, but they run to the same wire. Here we run to that second wire as a whole other 16th of a mile. That Pit Stop Man has time to look back. But I agree. I mean, Pit Stop Man is the horse to beat. I'm going to try to beat him here with Money Code in race 6.
I'm going to try to throw in a price here. 6 is going to be a short price. The one kind of caught my eye last time, dropping now. Donnie Barr's won with a couple of maidens of recent note. This is going to be second time gelding. You saw the improvement last time out. And gallop out was good. This horse kept on going. I think the route of ground is the right way to go. Made a move into a pace, pretty decent move around the turn. They were just a little bit better. Field speed was holding up. So there's my price user, the exact as it
I'm going to throw one in
dries.
here, too, real
You got
quick.
one?
The
Okay.
5 Icy Minister. Now, until yesterday, that 9-length beat wouldn't have been a big deal.
Yeah.
But he runs behind Majestic Frontier, who comes back and handles a first-level allowance field yesterday.
And the ride, I don't usually like to knock rides too much, but it was just kind of early, premature, and out there 5 deep, 4 or 5 deep. You see the comment there after some early adversity. This horse should be able to draft in and get a stalking position. Just maybe a little bit more patience will pay dividends for that runner.
Race 7. State bred allowance race for fillies and mares going 3/4 of a mile. We're going to start with our top pick. Callie Francois single on a Rainbow Pick 6. This is a 2. Marvella Nasty, Anthony Ferrier, Javion Toledo, coming off a lifetime best win at that starter 12.5, 12,000 race in her last start. But she's been in good form for the last couple months, for a long time.
She has. I mean, what was the mud kind of why she didn't really fire 2 races back? But she's got a field here that's going to be, a little quicker than her early. She got away and that's why she was so close last time. They didn't go that fast, 23:47. She was right there within range and just blew the doors off of that field through the stretch. So she'll target the speed. I think it will be a contested pace. Stalking pounce here for Marvella Nasty. Matitude, she's run well. Never really run bad.
Nope.
I think, again, though, is the punch going to be enough, and is she going to be sandwiched in between horses? Tricky. The opening 1/8 of a mile is going to be very interesting between horses like Response Time Matitude, maybe Magical Luna. So who can kind of get a more comfortable trip? I'm hoping Matitude will escape with an easier trip.
What about Mid Mazel? If they get, I know she gets a pace in front of her, she's going to keep on coming, and she shouldn't be that far out of it. She goes to the lead while sprinting, while going long.
She just looks like she wants to be on the front going long. That's where she's comfortable. She's going to have to 3 starts sprinting. You see it, 46 Spire. I don't know. Maybe she'll change tactics and be able to kind of sit from the back and make her run.
We will find out at about 3:23 this afternoon as we move to race number 8. This is a nice race for 4-year-olds up, whichever one 3 other than, or optional claiming price $50,000 going 3/4 of a mile. Look, this race kind of struggled a little bit. You've got 3, maybe 4 good runners. You have the now trainer on top here, 15-1 on the morning line. I mean, I don't blame you. I just can't go down this road, but you did. So let's talk about it, Bobby G.
I've been down a lot of bad roads. But no, let me tell you something. The trainer is just on absolute fire right now. Horses are running great. Bobby G, he's never won at the distance. He's never been 6, but he's won at 6.5. He's run big at 7. He was able to come off a lengthy layoff and run down a pretty good field. There's speed in here. You got a fresh horse in Redeem Eddie. Baracho wants to go. Baracho's going to be 7, 8 to 5, 9 to 5. He's never won at 6 front. Look at the record, 0 for 6. Why take a short price on that? Whiskey and You, Arthur So Cadre, they look like chasers and want to flatten. They're protect him again. Maybe he just sits back and makes a run into it. There's value, just like you said. I was scratching my head the whole way through. I said, you know what? I'm not going to settle for a short price in here. I'm going to key on some horses that are going to give me a little bit of value. That's the 3 and the 6, and that's it.
Well, let's talk about a couple others, including the 6, Arthur's Hope, and the 2, Baracho. We're going to look at their race from January 21st. Arthur's Hope had a little bit of trouble out of the barrier.
He did. You see it, and he's had some issues out of the gate. He's a horse that at one point was really, really fast. And every time I look at the entries, you see the stumble there and hit the gate, I keep waiting. When is this horse going to reappear? And sometimes they never do, Tim. Sometimes they just don't reappear. But he ran pretty good, all things considered. He dropped to the inside, was able to make a little run. Baracho took all the heat. Duel with 11-1 shot, Zabracadabra. Here comes Air Token, though. If you're going to key up on a horse around here of late,
it's Air Token.
The Air Token's pretty strong. I mean, you're going to be tough to find too many horses running better than Air Token. But he's still trying. He's willing, but he's 0 for 6 at the distance. He's going to have to deal with Redeem Eddie. Redeem Eddie is fresh. He's fast. He doesn't necessarily need to lead, but I think these two kind of converge somewhere around mid-turn, leaving it open for somebody to strike maybe from just off of it.
Yeah, and Redeem Andy Simoff, sneaky good.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes down here and does well with his runners. Redeem Eddie returning from a layoff since October 30th. Mm-hmm. And that's a very, very interesting race, our feature of the day.
It is.
A 3 other than race 8. Race 9, maiden 40. 3-year-olds for straight 3-year-olds going 3/4 of a mile. We're going to start with our top pick. That's a 5 Must Be Loved. Look at his race from January 23rd, where he gets beat a length to Addison Poor, who came back and ran pretty well yesterday.
Yes, Addison Poor was a little keen early and did rally in to get second in that race. But, it goes into a pretty quick pace here. Sagrada Rey actually, I think, just won the other night at Charlestown, if I'm not mistaken, going 4.5. But cruising up, looks like, hey,
looks like a winner right here.
He looks like a winner. Doesn't really get set down till about the 3/16, but he did go quick within himself. He's going to move up, I think, off of that race. You talked about Addison Poor coming back running well. Yeah, and Dale second out. It's usually a pretty reliable percentage. The barn he's come back with like 2 or 3 winners in the last week to 10 days. So, I Must Be Love, I think, is going to be tough to leave out of your exacta.
27%, second time out of the box. Mike Trombetta's got 2 in here that are interesting. The 2 Mosifus and the 4 When I Get to Heaven, both coming out of pretty decent races.
Yeah, they are. I think Mosifus is finally getting a fast track.
Yes.
This horse went quick again, battled inside, chased Lantow, who's pretty quick, we know, for Corrales. I think this horse is eligible to make a nice little bump up to getting this fast surface second time Lasix.
We're in agreement here. Must Be Love. And in the 9th race. 10th race, the nightcap here is for 4-year-olds up, which have never won 3 races, going a mile and a 16th. And the top pick we both have here, or you have the one on top, Pay the Kid, Rudy Sanchez Solomon, taking a drop from the 3 lifetime 10 to the 3 lifetime nickel, where he ran okay 2 starts ago.
He did. That last one doesn't look too good, though, does it?
No.
8th beaten 34 lengths. We're dropping back. He draws the inside favorable. We've got a jock that's going to put him in position. I don't want him dueling with horses like 4 on 7 or Alpha Q, but I'll take a shot with Rudy, just a trainer that's hot. You're going to get value again. Not saying he's the most likely winner, but he gives you good value here. I think this horse can make a move into it and kind of hopefully get carried to the wire with J.D. Acosta at a pretty good price.
I have the 5 Baltimore on top for Kieran McGee, second off a layoff, a good return, running good figures. I'm going to need him because in a few minutes you're going to find out that he is my single on my Stronach 5. That's going to do it for our card here at Laurel Park. We're going to come back right now with Lightning Round, and we're going to get started talking about the Stronach 5. Well, here we go, race fans. It's Stronach 5 Friday. As we mentioned, it gets started at Gulfstream Park just about 11 minutes past 4 this afternoon. Their race A is leg A. Back here to Laurel Park, our race 9, leg B. San Diego Park, their race 3, leg C. Golden Gate Fields, their race 3, leg D. And then back here to Laurel Park, race 10, leg E. I have a ticket. This is how I played it, $108 ticket. 3 deep at the opener at Gulfstream Park. I use a 3, the 4, and the 7. My top pick there, the 4, American, of course, for KL, Kathleen O'Connell. In leg B, 3 deep there, the 2, the 4, and the 5. That's a race we just talked about, the 2 Trombetta horses, plus a Must Be Love for Dale Capuano. Leg C, this race is a wide open Cal-bred race at Santa Anita, going 3/4 of a mile on the turf. Wow. 1, 2, 3, and 5 there. Or did I give the wrong ones? No, I didn't. And leg E, I did give the wrong ones. Maybe I said this wrong. That's okay. I think I got the wrong numbers up there. Leg E should be 1, 2, 3, and 5. And leg D, I single on the 5. I will get that fixed before, but my single does come in leg E, race 10 here at Laurel Park of Baltimore for Kieran McGee. So that's I got a little mistake there. Something got messed up there.
50 lashes with a noodle.
I
in there.
know.
Yeah, that's
I
it. That's it.
I
You're
will
done.
Fix that. But there you have it. We'll go over that again. Let's move on.
No sweat. We've got time to recover for that wager. And I thought, looking at the Stronach 5, you talk about spread races almost all the way through. This thing could really pay because it always pays. But I thought our 2 races here were not easy. You could go 2-3 deep in each race. Yep.
As I did. Okay. Yesterday, J.D. Acosta had a big day. He got his 3,500th winner aboard a Cadian Girl. Cadian Girl right to the front yesterday. This was win number 3,500 for JD. It must have been the best kept secret in racing because I didn't realize it until afterward. But JD, he's just the kind of guy who rides. He gets the most out of the horses.
Yep.
And this is one of the things he does best on the front end.
On the front end. And he puts horses in position, to win.
Yes.
And he's a strong guy. He can carry a horse to the wire. And he's been durable. Man, he's been durable. I look back. He's been riding, since 2002 we're talking. And you talk about in earnings, I wrote these down. Total earnings, $75 million. His win percentage is right around 15%. Phenomenal. And a good guy. You always talk to him. He's smiling, happy, and always willing to talk. So you root for guys. One of the good guys, definitely J.D. Acosta.
He's very fit, does a little boxing.
Always,
always take him in the bar fight. If you get there,
sure.
Take JD every time. But congratulations to JD Acosta, 3,500 wins. Well, there's not many people hotter around these parts right now than trainer Jerry Robb, as we like to call him. And here he is winning with Majestic Frontier yesterday, a $34 winner, stepping up from the $16,000 to this other than.
X-Man with a perfect ride. Sat chilly, got position inside. The seam open, inviting seam at the quarter pole, and this horse just accelerated away from the field. Look at that. Wins by
that was a good bunch of horses, too.
Yeah, and the win by 4 and change or whatever, topping off a huge exact. I think exacted was $250. Look at Jerry. I'm sitting there. He's got a pocket full of money, I guess, in there. Look at that, at $35. Smiling all the way to the back.
It's a happy smile.
Yeah, good ride by X-Man, though. Good, really good.
Jerry's been, I think he's like at 48% at this meet right
not
now.
Too bad.
So not too bad.
Not too bad.
Beats a sharp stick in the eye. How about Jamie Ness? Turns his horse back yesterday. Proper attire in 5 days. This is a move that he doesn't make very often, but when he does, watch out. He's at 38%.
Yeah.
And the key to doing this is know when you can do it. And he did. This was a 2 other than yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, put him away early. Got the lead for Archer in charge. Heavy favorite. Yep. Bet down 2-5, maybe 1-5, and just had aim. And Proper Tire said, see you later, upper stretch. A little erratic, a little snaky there through mid-stretch, but looked like had plenty left in the tank. Dominant, we're looking at can't pull her up. But she is quick. She is very quick early.
That was a good-looking win. Congratulations to Jamie. Turns that one right back in for a big win.
On fire. He's rolling pretty well,
yeah. Absolutely. That's going to do it for today
at
the races. Keith is going to go upstairs. Calais Francois will join me later. Stay tuned for Dave Rodman. He'll be right up with scratches and changes.
All righty. Good luck.